Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Ferdbird the Nerd with another comic book market report for you guys. It's August 20th, 2025. Hope you guys enjoy this report. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to all your friends, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys still like me to do these videos or if you think I'm just blowing up a bunch of crap in your face. Anyway, I'll shut up, get into it. I only have about 8 books for you guys this week. Some random ones, some ones that we talked about or that's been talked about in the universe, whatever, in this past week. But I hope you guys enjoy the list. First up, Invincible number 44. Those aren't the right titles. Anyway, yeah. So this one went for about $55 in a raw grade. It went for $450 though, signed in a 9.8, which I thought was pretty impressive. This isn't a first, I think, of Anissa, but I don't really like this cover. The pink just is like too much for me, but I understand why this is a really well-conceived cover. It's pretty cool. But yeah, you're going to pay a pretty penny for this first appearance. I think Anissa's going to have a pretty big involvement as a villain in the next coming season. They kind of mess with her a little bit here and there, but I think she's going to be a very important character going forward. So hope you guys enjoyed it. The Heist number 1. I was randomly just finding some random books when I found this one. You got Fat Joe, Trick Daddy, Trina, Little Kim. This is definitely early 2000s nostalgia. I remember I was in college and these guys were the shit. $40 for this 2004 promo by Fat Joe. It's a Marvel imprint. It's not for resale. It's a promotional copy. I don't know where you would get it. I think it came with one of his CDs, but imagine going to a signing and getting the sign. I don't know how you could, but the Heist number 1 for $40. If you get that near mint, I think this is like one of those one-off type of deals that would go for pretty good money. So, and I don't know if you can find this in back issue bins per se, but for $40, I feel like that was a pretty small amount for this nostalgia. Another random book, Calvin number 1. I remember this book. I found this like in a back issue pin when I was a kid. Calvin, little kids introducing Calvin. $149 for a pretty nice copy. It wasn't great at all, but I just think this is like fun art, kind of goofy. I don't remember exactly what Calvin was doing or like if he was just like a goofy kid or what, but I gotta assume he was. And man, if I could go back in time and buy this book, I would, or read it. $150 though is a pretty high, but I get the nostalgia and the rarity of this book. The Donnerman Captain Marvel variant number 5 from last year. This actually is probably the best one to get, I would say. Darth Lopez, shout out to you. It's going for $200 in a bite now, and that was not a graded copy. So out of the 3, I want to say that we highlighted last year, I think this one's the best one to get if you're collecting. But yeah, $200 for a bite now. That's healthy. I like that. And good luck if you are a Donovan fan or at the very few Captain Marvel fans. That's how much you're going to pay for this one that came out a year ago. Kind of a crazy book. Terrifier number 1 is definitely the Grail, and they talked about that on the almost 10 list from last week on our good friends at the show Stein's Top 10. But I thought this was I kind of went into a small dive into the Terrifier books and this Gore Noir Kickstarter. It's going for $75, so it's got to be limited because it's a Kickstarter for sure. I think this cover is just as creepy, if not creepier. I mean, if you guys have seen Terrifier 1, you know exactly what's going on behind this guy. I had to turn off the movie after this scene. I couldn't take it. But yeah, $75 if you just can't afford the first one, which I understand. This might not be a bad alternative to go for. Pokemon's Cave of Pokemon Power number 3, the comic book. These comics are straight out from the Nintendo Power issues. You'd have to kind of go look it up on Google, but basically what happened was Pokemon or Nintendo Power put out these Pokemon books. This is the 3rd comic. There's, I think, a total of 6. You can buy them in sets ranging anywhere from $100 to, there's 4. ranging anywhere from like $100 to 1,000, depending on grade. These are extremely hard to get in high grade. So 9.4 going for 1,000 plus being the third issue as well. That doesn't really count, I guess. But I understand why that's. I understand why that goes for so much. But these are going to be highly collectible. I think they're a great nostalgia buy. They may not be super rare, but in high grade, they're worth the $1,000 in my opinion. Oops. And for you Invincible fans, real quick before I get into this book, could you do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, tell all of your friends about the show. I do appreciate doing these videos, but I do appreciate everyone's support as well. Join our Discord. We're trying to make people money, save people money, and trying to find those little arbitrage opportunities in all collectibles and even stocks and bonds. But Invincible number 51 in a 9.8, this is going for $600. I remember seeing this. Shout out to my local LCS Arcane Comics for like 1.25, and they're pretty nice and high grade, or Arcane is. Yeah, this cover's awesome. It's sick. I think this is like a turning point in the series and actually in the show as well. It's the introduction of Invincible's new suit and the first appearance of Oliver becoming Kid Omni man, whatever. But $600 is really, really high. But I love this cover. The second print goes for a little bit more, but I'd go for this cover over the original or over the second print. So this really pops. This has comic books all over it. And last but not least, this is one that was super high. It still stayed pretty high over the course of past 5 years or so. I don't know if he'll ever come to live action, and I don't think it makes sense for him to come to live action, but I have the perfect person that would play him. I'm not going to talk about it now, but $700 for a 9.8, that's higher than I've seen the past like couple years. I mean, it just might be a fan favorite, or just maybe people just assuming that, yeah, one day Darth Revan will make it into the Star Wars universe. If you are going to hunt for this, though, I'd rather go for the newsstand in a 9.8. This is just really, Star Wars is just so weird right now as far as speculation is concerned, especially the newer Dark Horse stuff. But this cover is just awesome. And I don't know. Who knows? We may or may not ever see Darth Revan on the big screen. Well, that's your list for today. I hope you guys all have a great week. Happy Wednesday. We're almost at the end of August, which is crazy, which means that summer is coming to an end. But yeah, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below, and have a good one. Take care.